What's going on guys, Talonflame HD here, and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. I was debating whether or not to release this video as I've had it made for a few days, and seeing as how everyone seems to be playing it, I thought I'd make a video with as much information in it as possible so you guys get a better sense of what to expect from the game, that being Pokemon Go. Bear in mind, I've never actually played the game yet. I've managed to make this video, just by doing some research of my own. So what is Pokemon Go? In a nutshell guys, Pokemon Go is an augmented reality, location-based game that is currently free to play across 2 platforms. While it's only available on Android via the Play Store or on iOS through the App Store, you can pick it up for free and use GPS, Wi-Fi and or mobile data to move around the real world, catching superimposed Pokemon over an image of what you're looking at. Pokemon Go was originally released in the US, Australia and New Zealand, but Niantic saw it fit to release it in the UK, Germany, Italy, Spain and Portugal as well. As I said guys, it is free to play, so if you head over to your respective store now and you're being asked to buy it, you're either being conned or you aren't looking at the right app. So moving on to the start of Pokemon guys. When you first create your account or log in with one, you're asked to create your overworld character, male or female. You get a few basic clothing items to distinguish yourself from that generic trainer image, but it is primarily for your own benefit. That being said, once your character is ready, you're then prompted to catch one of 3 Pokemon. Those 3 are shown on the screen right now: Bulbasaur, Charmander and Squirtle. On the left, you'll see that I've mentioned Pikachu. While it's not confirmed whether or not it's actually classed as a starter Pokemon, if you choose to walk away from Bulbasaur, Charmander and Squirtle at the start of the game, a few minutes down the road a Pikachu will appear and you're able to catch it. So yeah, like I say guys, Pikachu is, it isn't classed as a starter, but the Pokemon community itself is classing it as a starter, so I'm not really, if you guys want to class it as a starter, go right ahead, I'm not going to judge. The Pokédex is a handy little device that each region's Pokemon professor gives the character to record how many Pokemon they've seen along the journey. In Pokemon Go, you're able to access the Pokédex automatically through the menu in the bottom left of your play screen, as you get it automatically when you start the game. You're not actually given it. As I've put on the left, it's unconfirmed as to how many Pokemon are actually available in the game, but it would appear as if it's the original 151, so Kanto region Pokemon basically. I'm not sure if Niantic will add Pokemon from other regions like Johto or Hoenn, but perhaps there's room for expansion. I mean, me personally, I don't see why not, because Pokemon is now in its 7th gen with the upcoming release of Pokemon Sun and Moon on the 3DS in November, so it takes the number of catchable Pokemon to well over 800, so if Pokemon Go only has the original 151, then I'm sure there'll be no objection to a little expansion, which might hopefully be a free download or update to the game in the future. So it's like I say, there's over 800, so if Pokemon Go only has 151 and say somebody wants a Torchic or a Quilava, an Oshawott, I don't see why not. A little expansion, a little update, it's not going to do any harm. But over the next few minutes, I'm going to cover a few more things like combat points, Pokestops, and tips and hints that I've been able to pick up from the internet. Combat points, or CP for short, is how effective your Pokemon will be in battles against other Pokemon. In the handheld games that Nintendo publish, your party was basically 6, and it had its own level for each Pokemon, ranging from 1 to 100, with a respected stat for attack, defense, and so on. Now, in Pokemon Go, guys, these stats are all combined in a way into CP. The higher the number, the better your Pokemon will perform. You can increase the number of your Pokemon CP by upgrading it in the Pokemon menu using Stardust and that Pokemon's candy. I'll go into more detail about Pokemon candy in a little while, but Stardust you get from just doing any old thing, leveling up. You might get it from a Pokestop, which I'll explain in a moment, and you might get them from, you will get them from just catching any old wild Pokemon out and about in the streets. So Pokestops are typically landmarks in your surrounding area that are basically one-stop generators. I'm not sure if there's a recharge time on them, so if you were to use one and then come back to it and it might already be used, I'm not sure if there's like a recharge time, like say every 24 hours you can use it or whatever. I'm not quite sure. You can correct me on that in the comment section down below, so go right ahead if you feel that I'm wrong about that. Please do let me know. But if you were to approach a Pokestop and interact with it, you're able to collect 3 or 4 items from it. These items can range from simple Pokeballs to Pokemon eggs that you can incubate and eventually hatch by walking around more and more. Linking in with the third item on the screen, guys, Pokestops have the ability to be combined with a lure module. A lure module is the pink device that you see on your screen now. Basically what it does is you can use it next to a Pokestop, and the lure module will attract wild Pokemon to the immediate area of that Pokestop for half an hour or 30 minutes, whatever, which will give you an increased chance of catching them without the hassle of chasing them down or hunting them down yourself. It sort of works the same way as the blue circular device that you see on your screen now, which is Incense. While active, Incense lures wild Pokemon to your location rather than a pre-designated location like a Pokestop. It's incredibly useful for those long-distance Pokemon, as when it is best used while walking around, saving you time and also increasing your chances like the module. So on your screen right now, guys, there's a few more items that I want to cover. Pokecoins, or PC for short, are the game's primary currency. Don't worry, you will earn PC by defeating Pokemon at gyms and through battling, such as defending gyms that you've already conquered. You can, however, use a microtransaction to buy more of the currency, but please be sensible when doing so. Don't waste all your money just on buying Pokecoins. Like, it's not sensible, Don't bankrupt yourself just over a game. It's really not worth it. It's like opening packs on FIFA or battle packs on Battlefield. It's just not worth the money. So now that we've talked about obviously Pokestops, the lure modules, and PC, let's go on to talk about Pokemon Candy. Now, as mentioned before, it's unique to each Pokemon. So for example, if you have a Charmander and a Pikachu, you can't use Charmander's candy on Pikachu and vice versa. Instead, you have to collect more of a Pokemon's unique candy by catching multiple of the same species. So if you've just caught a Pidgey, you're rewarded with 3 Pidgey's candy for use with Pidgey. If you then go and catch another Pidgey straight after, you get another 3 candy. So catching multiple of the same species is a good idea, especially if you intend to use the candies to power up your Pokemon and then eventually evolve them, as Pokemon Candy is a requirement for both. So don't go wasting all of your Stardust and obviously the candy all on one Pidgey, because just like in the Nintendo release games, each species of Pokemon, so if you have like 2 Pidgeys, they're not identical. Even in Pokemon Go, they're not identical. They could have different moves. The CP could be different. So try and get a varied selection from your wild Pokemon, guys, when you're going around and you're walking around. Hopefully you'll find a good Pidgey out there, and you'll evolve it into Pidgeotto and then eventually into Pidgeot. So good luck with that. Going on to Pokemon eggs, they do exactly the same job in Pokemon Go as they do in the Nintendo released DS versions. You find eggs through Pokestops and use an incubator to start the hatching process. An incubator is a device that's automatic. You've already got one in your bag. You get one automatically. You can buy more at the store or the shop using Pokecoins. Again, don't go wasting your money. Just play the game normally. You will eventually, start earning them yourself, and you will start learning how to earn more as time goes on. So going back to the Pokemon eggs, depending on how far the game tells you that you need to travel, the egg will hatch. The lucky egg, however, is a consumable item that works for 30 minutes, and it doubles any experience that you get through battling. So if you were to catch a Pokemon that you've never had before, you typically get 600 experience or something very close to that when you catch the Pokemon. If you were to use a lucky egg while catching a new species, you would double that to 1200, and they're incredibly useful for leveling up fast. So obviously you get rewards for leveling up, such as, you know, revives, potions, Pokeballs, Stardust, maybe your starter Pokemon's candy. I don't know the reward system yet. But if you use a lucky egg, you know, you're doubling your experience, you're doubling the rate that you're going to get those rewards from leveling up. So, like I say, guys, it's a fast way. I would say it's worth it, but like I say, to get a lucky egg, you've got to again buy them from the shop. Excuse me. You've got to buy them from the Poke Shop, like I say, or the Pokemon Mart, whatever it's called in the game. And yeah, it costs Poke Coins. Again, don't go waste your money. So, as far as this video is concerned, guys, that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. I hope I haven't missed anything out, and if I have, let me know in the comment section down below. I won't be making another one of these, as this was a one-off video. Just do yourself a favour and be safe while playing the game, as there have been reports of people going missing and people unintentionally injuring themselves while trying to catch a wild Pokemon. You just be aware of your surroundings. You know, don't put yourself in unnecessary danger. If there's a wild Pokemon in an abandoned building, don't go in the building. It's seriously not worth it. Just remember, it's a game and your health must take precedence. So as I said, guys, thank you for watching. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button, and if you liked the video, drop a thumbs up. It'll be greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys in the next one.